Let's move on from that. We need the new 2026, 2027 cancellations. Well, let's get started on that first and foremost. Ladies and gentlemen, as you guys already know, socialism is a lot of things. But more importantly, socialism, you might have thought that it's about seizing the means of production, moving society in a more egalitarian manner, allowing people's productive output to be utilized in a way that unlocks their potential. Many different things, all of them wrong. Socialism is about not having things. It's about abiding by a poverty pledge. For example, socialism, you might have thought, was about not wearing clothes, and to a certain degree, it's true. Socialism is about wearing a barrel, an ugly barrel around your chest. Hopefully, you ethically source that barrel. Okay, if you wear clothes, socialism is not obviously. Is not happening. You're anti-socialist. You're fake. You're phony. You're a hypocrite. Turns out socialism also is about walking to places. How did I find this out? Well, last night, Laura Loomer, my stalker, agent of Israel, Laura Loomer, Israel First, Laura Loomer, posted this while I was watching Neighbors alongside Austin. Austin went, "Oh my God, are these photos fake?" I jumped up from my seat. I looked over and I realized, no, that's real. Those are real photos. Laura Loomer, exclusive pics. A source sent me these photos of Hasan Piker and his assistant. By the way, shouts out March, not my assistant, my cam op, my producer, but it's all good. Wearing pro-socialist clothing while sleeping in first-class seats on a Delta flight today from Detroit, Michigan to LAX airport in California. This is what we call champagne socialism. Piker was flying back from Michigan today, where he just campaigned with jihadist Michigan Democrat U.S. Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed. Anti-billionaire socialist club, they say, from their first-class seats. Now, of course, this is incredibly creepy. I'm gonna tell you right now, very strange thing to experience when you're traveling and you're sleeping and someone is taking a photo of you while you're passed the out in a 6 a.m. flight. Very odd that she also watermarked the titties off of this thing. That was also very weird. Don't know exactly why she did that. Okay. Very strange. Like, who's going to steal it? And then, worse, probably not the best photo of March. I'm going to be honest. I feel bad for March. So, yeah, he said, "Your creepy chud ass did me so dirty here. What the fuck? Just wake me up if you want to pick next time." Shaking my head. So, it's weird. I will admit it's a weird thing. It's a weird thing to find out in the aftermath, where like you're in a vulnerable state. You assume a level of safety, even though you're in public. Okay, and it's still such a strange thing to find out that like while you were sleeping, someone was taking creep shots of you, and then taking creep shots of you to post online to attack you. But I think one of the funniest aspects of this, otherwise like rapist behavior, is the fact that, as I said, as you can see from these insanely creepy photos, we are truly living the high life. Like I've flown business class. I fly business class all the time. I'm very open about it. I'm rich, right? Shouts out to the PBS for allowing me to be able to fly in lie flat seats wherever I travel. Now, this isn't exactly the lap of luxury. Like, if you're trying to make an argument about a 6'4" man that's built like a refrigerator, that is flying in a luxurious manner, this is perhaps the worst creep shot you can take, because like it's not even lie flat. No one's gonna look at this and be like, "Wow, look at this." Clearly, it's a first class experience. Yeah, it's a 5-hour flight where it's not. I got a little bit of extra leg room. It's like Comfort Plus, man. What the get off my dick. Strong move to refocus on Epstein in order to distract from the Strait of Hormuz disaster. Oh yeah, that's we're gonna get to that later. It looks like you're slumped forward. It's just so goddamn uncomfortable. I'm bigger than the seat. You can literally see it. And it's just like one of the funniest ways to be like, well, these guys are obviously, they're fake socialists. It's just like, what? This is the worst photo to post. This is probably one of the worst ways to make this argument. And yet, obviously, dumbasses were still like, oh, hell yeah, they're living the high life. Like, is this what you think super wealthy people are doing? Is this what you think super wealthy people are doing? They're flying like this? What are you, insane? No, they're flying private, dumbass. You should know. You've flown private with the president. Who knows what you've done on that flight? In any case, the other side of this story is the fact that, I mean, a lot of people are too stupid to recognize this, but like, this is what happens when you run a cooperative corporation. And also, when you're flying, when I fly, my team flies in the same way, in the same exact manner. My family flies in the same exact manner. My team flies in the same exact manner. That's how it is, ironically enough. So even then, it's yet another instance where it's like, it's a reflection of me quietly living out my values, I guess, right? Even Right Wing Co., which normally is not a fan of mine, said, do they realize they just help Hasan when the hits on him are the grave crime of spending $400 on extra legroom on a Delta domestic flight or buying an ugly overpriced jacket? And I responded, I said, also, my producer makes more money than they do, co-op, and he flies how I fly. Laura Loomer has a lot of opinions on other people's transportation, despite the fact that she somehow got herself banned from Uber. Oof, that's true. Yeah, I fly my twinks out first class, okay? Unlike some people that we know.
I'm gay and Lebanese.
Yeah, exactly. But of course, because Right Wing Cope has like this incredibly annoying fuck Hasan style audience, immediately all these like liberals are chiming in to be like, actually, this is an ethical inconsistency, sir. It's not. You're idiot. It's funny to laugh at how hyper-consumerist the life he leads, but yeah, treating it like Oppo Research to fracture his platform is a terrible misread of his audience's loyalty. They fully bought into it's just shelter, it's just clothing, it's just transportation. Even Right Wing Club was like, as much as I think Hasan's outfits are jewelry are kind of dookie stylistically, I just don't really see the appeal of it as an attack when the average right-wing scandal is some wild shit like Elijah Schaffer or Tim Pool literally taking money from Russia. Yeah, that stuff makes him look goofy, out of touch, and kind of hypocritical, but him being a lazy, narcissistic Nepo baby who's never worked a day in his life and has had everything handed to him, paid for by his family's landlord empire, is not what makes him politically toxic brand. This would maybe be compelling in 2014, but probably not compelling when the average right-wing scandal is Elijah Schaffer banging Sarah Stock, his wife leaves him, takes the kids, and then he has a Joker Hitler arc on Twitter. Redditors need to just let it go. It's very weird that they do that. Regarding your plane picture,
don't be worried for his thoughts to concentrate on what's in front of him. If you see a man hiding his eyes with his hat, he may be working through something you are not aware of. But when that man raises his head and shows you his true self, love him with all your being.
True. That's me. That's why I hid my eyes. Yeah, like these people are chirping. Meanwhile, Kirsty Noem was getting her back blown out in the back of a private jet that she chartered with taxpayer funds, while her husband had the biggest awoogas you've ever seen in your goddamn life, getting cucked on the taxpayer dime. Not one, but two private jets where she could Corey Lewandowski and get cucked or cuck her big awooga having husband. And you're over here talking about my domestic air travel. The wrong with you? Also, the president was best friends with a goddamn international sex criminal that trafficked little children, okay? And he might have partaken in it. We don't know because they're hiding the truth. And you're over here talking about, ooh, socialism. Socialism means you can't pay $200, $300 extra dollars for some leg room on a 4-hour flight where you're clearly not having a good time. Shut the up. I can't. Look. I expect the dumbass right-wingers to run like this, okay? I expect the dumbass right-wingers to operate with this mentality. But when I see stupid-ass anti-communist, anti-socialist, libtarded Redditors also engaging in this And then also turning around and being like, see, this is why we can't align with Hasan, because he makes us look bad. It's like, no, you idiot. You are the problem, okay? You are engaging in the same exact manufactured outrage that reactionaries engage in. I mean, it's not even working. Give it up. Fight the good fight. Start turning your attention and your crosshairs to right-wingers, please. Jesus Christ. Liberals have way more smoke to their left flank than they do to their right. It is unbearable. Get over it, Trump won. Bunch of sap people in the stream. Go live life, guys. You sound stupid. Yeah, get over it, Trump won. Yeah, we all won so good, dude. How well have you won? He doesn't know, but I shaved my whole body just in case. Yeah, I liked this yesterday, but got to hit that with a repost. I love when people just go, hey, we're owning the libtards. That's what it was all worth it. That's what it was for. And it's like, dude, every tax dollar, every dollar that's taken from you is going to waging war at the behest of Israel or directly going to Israel. And none of it is coming back to your roads. None of it's coming back to your schools. None of it's coming back to your healthcare. And you're over here being like, hell yeah, Mr. President, my ass harder. That's it. That's your life. You excited, bro? They banned like 11 trans athletes from participating in NCAA competitions. Does that make your life better? Is rent cheaper? No. Do you have a better job? No. Do you prefer bush or clean shaven? I'm a clean shaven guy, but it's all good, you know. I don't discriminate. Your cousin got shipped out and is waiting in a goddamn forward operating base that might get peppered with Shahed drones any moment at the behest of Israel, and you're over here being like, hell yeah, dude. Yeah, I love this president. I can't wait to die for Israel. Idiot. Anyway, I have no respect for you. You're a goddamn cuck. Have some self-respect. Have some decency.